Hello, my beautiful friends. It's your friend Kevin. I'm here with our card of the day with my friend Freddie the Teddy and his friend Patrick the Bear. Let's get right to it. 4 week long, we have been using the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot deck by Radley Valentine and the illustrations by Dan Craig. And I pulled the Emperor with featuring Archangel Michael last weekend on Sunday. This one talks about organization, logic, structure, discipline, and leadership. And this card influences these and all of these all week long. We've had our discussion, if you will, like a theme of turning to mentors or becoming a mentor, turning to leadership or taking a leadership course of some sort. And then, my isms today is the I am open and receptive to allowing all the good and abundance in the universe. That word allowing is allowing it to happen, not doubting it will, but allowing it to come forward, allowing it, opening the door, saying, yes, I'm open and receptive to allowing it to happen. Let's go. And then love is my compass needle. Everything points to love. It's all about love. Deep within my being is an infinite well of love. And let the love flow to the surface and flow outwards. And then I expect all my good intentions to manifest perfectly. Manifesting them perfectly is always on the cards. Everywhere, every way. You've got to get out of the way and let that happen. Allowing. All right, here we go. I've done my little prayers. I'm just going to do a little shuffle. Ascended ones. Spirit guides. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me know when to stop. Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. Oh, upset. Now, this is the second time this week this lady showed up. And it's, I've given it a good shuffle. It's like there are times, and we've got a 4 and a 5, which I think was day before yesterday or somewhere like that. However, we've shifted. So you would think same cards showing up must be the same message showing up, yet not so much. It is an affirmation. It is a confirmation. It is a continuous theme about what I'm feeling here today is your feeling of belonging. Because this first word popped up, and if I pull this card up a little bit more, she has got on her robes every practice of divination, I would call it, religion, if you will. If I get closer, you can see the Om symbol. You can see the Star of David. You almost can see the Hindus. Everywhere in here, Christianity. All of those symbols that talk about divine worship, divine study, divine going inward, a spiritual pathway, a spiritual practice. And then the Emperor with Archangel Michael is saying it's time to organize your spiritual beliefs, time to organize your spiritual disciplines, which means stepping into things like a meditation practice, a yoga practice, the type of practice that takes you inward to your soul, inward to who you are at the center of your being. And if you will today at some point get quiet, and you might have to go to your vehicle, and you may have to drive your vehicle somewhere where there are trees or a body of water or a lofty plain, a mountainous area that is clean and clear. And what I would suggest for you would be today at some point, carve out some time. If you feel a little overwhelmed, if you feel a little oppressed, if you feel like the walls are closing in on you and you could use some freedom, you could use some relief, you could use some, oh gosh, I've just got to whatever. And we are at a Friday, sorry, Friday the 15th, I'm not sorry, but I didn't do the date, the 15th of September. The weekend is coming up upon us. And very quickly, this time next weekend, we'll be looking at the fall, the autumnal equinox. If you're in the northern part of the world, if you're in the southern, you're looking at the spring equinox, southern hemisphere I'm talking about. So it may be time to put the activities and the things we've been working on, start putting them to rest. We're bringing in the harvest. We're looking at the things we've accomplished this year. And if you've been one of those folks who have looked at how fast the time has collapsed and rolled forward, that's not an accident. That's a reality. And you will turn to neighbors and friends and the news and anyone who automatically continues to remind us that our time is rolling forward a little quicker than normal. The veil between the past and the present, which is now, and the future, which is coming up, is very, very thin. We are almost at the point, if we're not already, and some of us already are, myself included, where manifestation becomes a reality much quicker than it did before. We went into setting a goal, a by when date, when we should accomplish it, what we should accomplish, how we should get there. Those steps are decreasing, and we're doing it in leaps. We're not necessarily doing it in steps. What you may think about on Monday that you need to accomplish by Friday will almost certainly be done by Wednesday. These are just examples of how I see the desire and the possibility making its way into reality very quickly. That also includes the idea of the lack. So if you are in that lack, that poverty consciousness that I can't do it, I'm not able to do it, and there's a fear in it, rest assured that your fears will also manifest and probably have been manifesting. So the point of today's wise counselor, which would be the Hierophant in traditional tarot, and the number 5 being a number of transition, a number of you're on your way, there's some changes coming up, and the changes are pretty significant. But to have no fear, the number 4 is here, the Emperor. This is all part of your organizational future. But this can also create, so I love the number 5 because to me it's growth, but growth is messy and uncomfortable. And it means that we have to chisel away at what we don't need anymore and let it go, release it. The quicker we do that, the better we can move on. But that's challenging for a lot of people who are not used to doing it, which is why we see on our little robes here all kinds of different types of divination practices. But the point of it is the same. We have to go inward in order to show outward. We have to go inward to our spirit, to our soul, to what's at the depth of who we are, in order for us to show and shine bright on the outward journey of what we're doing. And as I was telling you, to get to a place that's quiet and sit quietly, and you can close your eyes down if you want to. If you're in a park, go into where there's a clearing in the trees. Make sure you're safe and don't do it in the dark. If you are at the water, listen to the water. If you're at like there's a spot here in town that's a park and there are bridges and you can hear the water just rushing underneath the bridge. That sound is really quite lovely. If you're into singing bowls, get your singing bowls out. Use the time to be present and create abundance and clarity. Get clear and passionate about what you want in this life. Claim abundance and financial freedom. Think about what does it look like to be brighter? What does it look like to be abundance? What does it look like to be debt-free? What does it look like to have that freedom? You know, we've talked about painting a new canvas using different colors, different shapes. If we want something to change, we've got to get in the driving seat, and then we have to really believe it's going to happen. That's the other thing. Allowing something is believing it's going to happen. And then I think the caveat for me for all of this stuff is to be grateful and thankful that all that has happened. Like, I feel like I'm waffling on here. Grateful that all that is occurring has occurred. That's for your benefit, for your highest good. Grateful, thank you that this happened. Thank you that I got to this place. Thank you that I resolved this issue. And even if you want to resolve an issue and you're not really sure how to resolve the issue and you're not really sure what you should do about this issue, then you give thanks that it has been resolved, even if it hasn't in the present time. Because your intention and your desire comes from a place of love. And when your intention and your desire comes from a place of love, that becomes the reality. That becomes the strength. That becomes the focus. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to, whatever that looks like, be honest. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to see the changes I need to make. Thank you for giving me the opportunities to put in place the changes that need to be made. When you give thanks and you're grateful for things that you want to happen in the present, they become your reality in the future. I'm going right into law of attraction, very much so, because I know that it works. The challenge is that we have been taught the opposite of that. So it's an internal journey. It's an internal journey. Sometimes we have to let go of a lot, and that can seem like a lot. The twist of it is there's something bigger coming because we let go of so much. So if we let go of so much, if we released so much, guilt, pain, anger, resentment, whatever those things are, oh my goodness gracious me, that means the room that we created by getting rid of that clutter yesterday or the day before, there was some clutter clearing, means that we can replace it with something huge, or we can love the space we created by removing what doesn't work. That's a good thing too. When we're so covered up with clutter, when we've so much going on, there's no room for anything to get in. Anyway, I feel like that's a good stopping point. Many thanks for liking, subscribing, and for commenting. I like to get the comments. I like to reply and respond. It helps. Big time does it help. And until tomorrow, all my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you.